boring. I know what to do. Then you ask a couple questions to find this stuff in the Bible. Ask them about the holy days. And what is that? Why do we do the holy days? What is it designed for? How is it going to be in the future? Are we still going to be keeping the holy days in the future? Are we still going to be keeping the Sabbath in the future? And most of all, can you show me out the book? I don't know, let me call somebody. This is what it is. And people don't know them answer from Israel. But we ain't got them. We ain't got them. That's a self-check for everybody. Go ahead.
Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things.
See what I just said? Evil men don't understand the judgment of God. We understand what we're doing. We understand the 21st of this month, we keeping the blowing the trumpets. I understand it. It's on my mind. We're going to have a whole convocation. This is what he said, evil men understand not the judgment of God. We know we got to keep them holy days so we can look down on us just like he looked down on Noah and said, this is my servant right there. That's my child. I'm going to protect him through the flood. Look down on Lot and his family. That's my kid. Okay, I'm going to protect him. Because he understands. Or she. Go ahead.
Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness, than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich.
Don't despise being poor. People always say, man, I ain't got no voice because I ain't got no money. What did that just say? Read that again.
Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness.
Uprightness is by the book. Believe me, by the book, uprightness. People give you more than you really think if you're teaching them about this book. And God will give you more than you think. But people don't even regard that. They're trying to get these materials and stuff of the world, trying to come up with all this stuff just to get rich, and they losing their soul and trying. This stuff gonna be burnt up, y'all. Go ahead.
Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness, than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich.
Rich. That's what we strive. I know I used to strive for that thing. Well, I'm trying to be rich. Not no more. I'm just doing what I need to do in this book so I can make it. Go ahead.
Whoso keepeth the law is a wise son.
You wise. Go ahead.
But he that is a companion of riotous men shameth his father.
Ain't that the truth? Go ahead.
He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he shall gather it for him that would pity the poor.
The one he talking about usually, that's high interest, like the banks.
That's right.
Oppress the poor. They want to, like these title bonds and all this stuff. They're oppressing you. 700% interest rate. 30% interest rate. Keep you in debt for 30-something years. That's oppression. That's overuse and usury. In the book, he said 6 years. 6 years you're supposed to have to pay this man off. And at the end, at the 7th year, he's supposed to release your debt. But he can't keep you in debt forever because of usury. High interest. That compound. You understand about compound interest? Well, that's a powerful weapon. You'll pay for a house 3 times. You will. If you don't understand about compound interest. Every 5 years, that thing gonna compound. Go ahead.
Verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
This is what we get into. When all this destruction hit the land, if you can say Jesus to you to nightfall, if you turn your ear from the law, you're not doing the law, he do not hear you. Your prayers are abomination. That's like you eating swine. That's like you eating catfish. That's like you sit up there praising people on a Sunday. These Sunday preachers and all this crap. He can't hear you. He don't hear you. Keep playing with it. Go ahead.
Whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in possession.
That's what I'm trying to have, good thing. I'm trying to lead y'all the right way because I don't want to go in that pit. You know what that pit is? The lake that burns with fire and brimstone and worms. This is what's going down. People don't know that. But they say, oh man, y'all gonna eat some more of that bull. Yeah, you're right. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 24.
Right.
The main reason this earth has so many disasters is because we are breaking God's laws. We are breaking them. And people don't even know them. You hear people always say, she's a good lady, she's a good person. Really? Really? Are they good? Or are they only good because they treat you right? This world is out of control. It's out of control. You got all these doing principals molesting these kids in these schools. All that because Israel ain't on their job. Ready in Daughter County. We're going to touch on that. Isaiah 24, verse 1. Go ahead.
Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Ain't they scattering right now? Because of that hurricane? You got more flood attacks than all we not ever seen. They trying to find a way. He turning it upside down by that whirlwind. He gonna get them. Go ahead. Jump down to verse 3.
The land shall be utterly empty, and utterly spoiled, for the Lord has spoken this word.
He turning it upside down. Go ahead.
The earth moaneth and fadeth away. The world languishes and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
Language, suffering. It's suffering right now. If you don't see it, where have you been? What have you been looking at? If you don't see the suffering. If you don't turn on your TV, if you don't see what's going on in your own county, where have you been? If everything happy go, joy, you got blinders on. It's suffering right now. This land. Go ahead.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Is what? Defiled. How many people know what that means? According to the scriptures. We're going to touch on that. Go ahead.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the law.
Transgress what?
Transgressed the law.
This is why the earth is turned upside down. This is why hurricane. This is why they got fires in California, fires in Oregon. This is why they got all these natural disasters going on right now, because we have transgressed the laws. Transgressed them. Go ahead.
Changed the ordinances. Broken the everlasting covenant.
They showed the change. You know, Sunday is the Christian Saturday because Jesus resurrected on Easter Sunday. Read it. You liar. If you telling someone that, Jesus died in the midst of the weekend day. You count. He said he was going to be in there for 3 whole days and 3 whole nights. How you get Sunday worship, a Sunday resurrection out of that? People go on what people say instead of going on what they read.
That's right.
They changed it. But they flipped it. People don't care. That ain't important. God said in Isaiah chapter 56, if you keep this Sabbath day, I'm going to bring you to my holy mountain. This is how important it is. Just this one day, keep it right. I'm bringing you with me. And guess what? I'm waiting for him to cash that check with me. You want to be in all that money? That's worth more than money. That's worth more than money. I'm going to be a God one day. That's what I want to do. I ain't worried about no money. That's simple. Be a God. People don't want to be a God. You start talking like that, people like, man, what's wrong with that man? You crazy, ain't you? It's in the book. He said, you are gods. For you kids, all these superheroes that you look at on the X-Men and all that stuff, we better than that. You seen the X-Men create a planet? We gonna know how to do that. You see him create wind? Nobody don't know how wind is created. They just assume. But guess what? If you become a God, you'll know. Because we prophesy in part, we know in part. But when he comes, he gonna share it all with us. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
You can get into it. Go ahead.
Therefore has the curse divided the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
This is what's going on today. The curse have devoured the earth. Curse of what? The law. If you breaking the law, it's going to curse whoever. And most of all, the earth. And the earth going to vomit the inhabitants out. How do we vomit it out? With hurricanes, earthquakes, sinkholes, thunderstorm, lightning strike, all this stuff. This is how God correct this thing. He kill off the wicked. You get too wicked, he gonna kill off. Just like Albany. I remember 1990, so when I first came here, they were bragging about because we was the murder capital of the world. And God sent that flood through here because we was off the chain. And he cleaned a lot of that up. If you notice, when a natural disaster comes, everybody want to help everybody. Everybody loving everybody. This is why he do it. Yeah. Go ahead.
The new wine mourneth, the vine languages, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Mm-hmm.
The mirth of tabrets ceases. Mm-hmm. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceases.
All it's saying is good times ain't like it used to be. It ain't like the music ain't like it used to be. We used to have a good time, they ain't worried about it too much. But now, you have a good time, you better be looking around, looking over your shoulder. Because stuff is going too good right about now. Something about to pop off. Go ahead.
They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Mm-hmm.
The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
We are living in the city of confusion. I know I know everything is based off Jerusalem, where Jerusalem is, but it's in these lands also. These houses are shut up. I have my shop open. Next thing I know, I got somebody knocking at the door. Time somebody come in my shop to get a haircut, the person that came in before him locked the door. I'm like, man, why you lock the door? Oh, it's just a habit, man. You know, it's just a habit. I'm like, I do that at home. Make sure I lock the door. Because people are scared somebody gonna come in there and get them. They ain't no bad habit, but this is what's going on. This is what's going down right now. Go ahead.
There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
There's a crying for wine in the street. Why? If you from the street, you know they pour out some liquor for their dead homie, right? This is what they do. Where do you think they get this from? Go ahead.
In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction.
Ain't that what we dealing with now? We talking about from Jerusalem all the way up to now. We are living in these last days. There's destruction all over this land. If you paying attention. If you ain't paying attention, you like, oh no, you just saying that, Judge. You just saying that. I don't see it. Turn on your news. Look in the city. You got principals trying to rape kids in Albany, Monroe, System Prison, the fire. This is what they're doing. But they don't give a care. It ain't affecting my kids, so I ain't worried about it. They can hit your kid. Then you want everybody else to pray. Go ahead. You finished with that?
No, sir.
All right, go ahead.
You want the 16?
Yeah.
When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree,
Uh-huh.
and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done.
Go ahead.
They shall lift up their voice. They shall sing for the majesty of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
They shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore glorify ye the Lord in the fires, even in the name of the Lord God of Israel, in the isles of the sea.
They glorify God's name everywhere. What did God say? What did God tell us that which land, who would have his name in their mouth? The Gentiles. Gentiles name in his mouth. All over the world they in his mouth. They talking about Jesus, but they ain't praising him. But listen what the Lord tell them right here. Go ahead.
For the utmost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness.
Oh, that means my sorrow. Go ahead.
Woe unto me, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously.
They calling on the Lord but they stealing from you in the church. They call on the Lord, but they telling you, you can eat anything you want to eat. They call on the Lord, but they having Sunday worship. Dealing treacherously. Treacherously. They call on the preacher, call on the Lord, but he's sleeping with his members. They call on the Lord. This is the stuff that he's talking about. Dealing treacherously because they're not dealing with this law. This law corrects stuff. It corrects stuff. But you'll go back up to verse 5. I want to deal with that 5. Read 5 and 6. Go ahead.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the law, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Okay, let's look at that. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 18. Let's analyze. Because this thing right here is growing rapid in the land. Ain't no preacher talking about this. Very few. Leviticus 18, verse 22. And this is why he's growing rapidly in the land. Leviticus 18, verse 22. This is why homosexuality is on the rise like it's crazy right now.
Ain't it?
Crazy. And these people and they find out these people are molesting kids or raping kids. I mean, I'm not just talking about opposite sex now. I'm talking about same sex. Crazy stuff going on in these schools. Believe me, all you kids need to have cell phones. Tell you. Verse 22, go ahead.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind.
That means sleep with them, have sex with them. You shouldn't do that with mankind. Go ahead.
As with womankind, it is abomination.
It's abomination. Like I said before, we got a principal in Albany who molested a kid, high school. And he kept telling them over and over, this guy right here trying to have sex with me. But they wouldn't believe him. Till he got smart, he went in the principal called him to the office, pull your pants up. Pull your pants up. And he gonna take the boy and put his hand down in his private and grab his junk. But the boy had a camera, he had a cell phone, he told the boy to hold the hand up, but the boy had a cell phone, he was filming. So they would transport him back to the tribunal, wherever he was going, and the officer was talking to the kid and said, man, why you do right? He said, man, you need to tell the principal to keep your hands off me. Like, what you talking about, boy? He showed him the video, he's like, oh, we finna turn back around. He went to report it. This is in our county. A principal, vice principal, at Monroe, read about it. But this is what's going on because these people ain't teaching the word of God in these laws. Go ahead.
23.
Neither
shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion.
Having sex with animals, bestiality. Go ahead.
Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nation are defiled, which I cast out before you.
He said, defile not. Don't defile yourself with none of these things. Go ahead.
And the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants.
What do that mean? The land itself vomited out. Natural disasters. Hurricane Irma, Jose, all these fires. It's going to come. Because that's how God corrects stuff. That's how he corrects stuff. Because the land is defiled by all this homosexuality, all this breaking of the law, everything. It's here, but people don't understand. Go ahead.
Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourn among you.
So this covers everybody. Israel and all nations. Keep this right here. It ain't one law for the Gentiles and one law for Israel. Everybody got the same law if you follow the God of Israel. If you want salvation, go ahead.
For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled.
And what is defiled?
The land is defiled.
When you transgress God's law, when you break it, you hurt the land. And when you hurt the land gonna hurt you. This ain't nothing to play with. This is why all this stuff is going on today, all these natural disasters. God killing off some of these wicked folks. Because it ain't time for the great tribulation yet. The man of sin ain't sitting in the temple of God yet, so he got to calm it down. Because every time he sends a natural disaster, everybody love it, everybody. Go ahead.
That the land spew not you out also when you defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you.
What is spewed out? Natural disasters. Calamity. This is what happens. Go ahead.
For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people.
When you are homosexual, you commit these abominations. And God don't want you to hang around these people. I don't care if that's your sister, cousin, brother, sister, uncle, whatever. You speak to them, that's it. That's it. That's it. You help them if they need help, but you don't need to be no running partner with these people. I ain't telling nobody that hate no homosexual to get this straight right now. But hanging, we can't hang, bro. Or sis, whoever. Go ahead.
Therefore shall ye keep mine ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abomination customs, which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your God.
So when you do one of these abominations, you defile yourself. That word abomination covers a multitude of sins. There's a lot of it. From what you eat and for what you're doing in this body. You got to figure out, what are you doing? Make sure you ain't committing these abominations. I'm going to figure out for me. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. So God wants his children separated. Ain't nobody telling you to act mean to nobody. You just say, nah, I can't do that. Nah. You bringing this filth in my house, period. Believe me, that blood thicker than water crap, you deal with it what you want to deal with it. Because that's how a virus starts. It's okay. That's family. No, it's not okay. It's not. You don't let people think that they are doing okay. You just watering down God's word. If they sense that you are offended by their everyday activity, they don't want to hang around you. They're not. If you tell them the truth like it's supposed to be. I ain't got no homosexual hanging partners. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Go ahead.
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness?
What do we have to talk about? If you're a fornicator, what do we have to be talking about? If you're an adulteress, what do we have to talk about? These are laws. If you're homeless, what we got to talk about? We ain't got nothing. I ain't treating you bad or anything like that, but you over there, I'm over here. Hey man, how you doing? Hey sis, hey bro, whatever you want to call it. How you doing? You unequally yoked, man. Go ahead.
And what concord has Christ with Belial? Or what part has he that believeth with an infidel?
Christ and Belial don't mix. That's a God upon this earth that people made up. They're not going to be hanging partners. That's an idol that they worship. Go ahead.
And what agreement has the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God, as God has said, I will dwell in them, and walk in them. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
You ain't lying. You got the word of God in you, and you cohabitating or dealing with these people on a daily basis. You got the word of God in you. You're doing this stuff wrong. God wants you to be separate from them. Separate. And believe me, if you want to follow this word like it's supposed to be, that circle going to be like this. Of your friends going to be like this. They're going to be small. Very few people. Go ahead. Listen to what he say here.
Verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them.
Come out from among them.
And be ye separate, says the Lord. And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
See, this is how God gonna receive you. He don't want you dealing with the unclean thing, with anything unclean. You got a lot of stuff, a lot of things are unclean around here. You got a lot of people who are defiled around here. And you dealing with this stuff like it's okay. And you supposed to be carrying this word with you the temple of God. They said, well, Jeff ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it. Okay, I must be doing okay then. I know he read the Bible, he understand the Bible. Now you got to correct these folk there. Hey, man, you can't be doing that. You can't bring no swine in my house. I want to cook it on my stove. What? No. This is what he wants you to come out of money. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You finish?
I have one more verse, the last
Uh-huh.
verse. And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty.
So this is what his sons and daughters, this is how they operate. They come out from among that sin. They ain't trying to have everybody liking them. Everybody want to be liked. Believe me, this word of God, you ain't going to be liked. They killed Jesus for this. They whipped him till you couldn't even tell what his face looked like. They beat him to a pulp. And he said, the same thing happened to me, gonna happen to some of you all. That's why you get used to a little pain now. Because some of us ain't experiencing no pain. I ain't talking about nobody just talking about you. Let's go to Genesis chapter 19 and verse 1. Let's see what happens to the people of the land when God has to separate the righteous from the unrighteous. This is Jacob's trouble. This is how he brings destruction upon the land, because the land is defiled. You're going to deal with this homosexuality. That will happen in Lot Day. And believe me, the same thing happening today. People too comfortable with this stuff. Too comfortable. And like I said before, I ain't telling nobody to hate nobody. Nobody. Just don't deal with it. Genesis 19 verse 1. Go ahead.
And there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground.
See, this is Abraham's nephew. Abraham and Lot couldn't get along, their servants couldn't get along, so they separated the land. Abraham took one land, and Lot took Sodom and Gomorrah. But with Lot's land, he let them run rapid. They weren't having no law and no sight doing nothing about it. They went crazy, and God seen this. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night.
Now these two angels came to Lot with a message to tell him to get out the city, but the angel telling him like, we're going to sit in the street. Well, I said, no, you don't want to be in these streets. Because some of these don't get crazy. They want to move something, if you know what I mean. Go ahead.
And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread,
Yes,
and
sir.
they did eat.
Go ahead.
But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter.
So here come all these old men and young men coming in and say fresh meat. They got some fresh meat over there in Lot House. You know how them people say in the jail when the new inmate come in, fresh meat? That's what they were looking for. Somebody who they lay with, somebody who had sex with. Go ahead.
And they called unto Lot and said unto him, Where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
He brings so we may know them, so we may have sex with them.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And Lot